Back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the Upper Tier Podcast. If you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and drop a like on the video. Thank God it's not a football podcast. That's all I'll say. It's Tuesday. It's Pro Wrestling Weekly. It's not a football watch along or a video or anything else. It's nothing but wrestling for the next hour and a half or so. Someone jumped in there to join us, and then they quickly exited the building pretty quickly. So yeah, joining me tonight, as always, Bren and Sean are here. Keith will be joining us shortly. I think Dave will be joining us shortly, and Ed will be joining us shortly. So fingers crossed they all make it. We'll have a bit of crack. We have a good show tonight. Going to have a quick reflection on Night of Champions. I don't really want to dwell on it too long because it just fucking irritates me. We will talk about the ramifications of that and how it has been received. We will talk about Raw, obviously. We'll take a quick look at Slammiversary and Forbidden Door because we have to. And obviously we know the fallout of obviously Forbidden Door is that we're getting Will Ospreay in the main event at All In, which you guys will be very happy about. We're going to talk about Tony Khan talking about NXT, I think it is, and AAA shows going up against All In, and how he took it as a compliment that the Feds third and fourth brand are going up against the main brand. So we'll talk about that as well, and then we'll kind of round it out with, I have a little slide there about wrestlers at the moment who are on the cusp of a Grand Slam and what they need to win to get there, and we'll get your thoughts and all on that. So that's really going to be the breakdown of the show. If you want to add anything else, it's not a problem. We'll take Sean's comments first. Sean Mack is away in France, living it up. We were chatting today, winding each other up on the WhatsApp group. I thought it was a lot of fun anyway and stuff like that. He knows my love for Irish wrestling, knows no bounds. Bonjour from sunny France, gents. I'm typing this from the past, but I can only imagine each and every one of you are looking radiant like a perfectly decorated Victoria sponge or a hearty breakfast. Victoria sponge. What about a Victoria sponge as a hearty breakfast? I imagine each and every one of you are beyond delighted with the events of the past weekend. I know I am. Sami Zayn will take us into the future and will offer a welcome refresh to Cody Rhodes. Interesting take on it. Forbidden Door was a really short show. Matches were really short and ruined it for me, to be honest. Hopefully Redemption goes 13 hours. I can't even begin to talk about that. I had to exit the building. Okay, this is getting out of hand. I'm excited for the show. You sound like you're excited for the show. Sharon's in. Hi everyone, how are you, Sharon? Hope you're good. And Dan's in, my brother. How are you? Bren's already scoffing his non-buttered bread. There we go. Dave Kelly's in there as well. Big up, Dave. Say hello to Cookie for me. Hey guys, are you all well? It's been a while. Sorry I haven't been on. Has been a while for me. I seen you on Sunday. What's the crack, lads? Big up Eno. Eno's there, and of course Anto's in as well. Evening, lads. Here comes the Sami hate. Fuck Gunther. Yes.
Wow.
He's going in hard right from the get-go. Layla says hi. She was away camping for a week and only catching up now, so she will be back on SmackDown. Love it, love it. Right, folks, that catches up on the comments. Right, well, let's see. We have another brother here from another mother who I think is coming on, or should be. He's in the chat anyway, but from parts unknown. Hola? Hola?
Go on, Keith. Hello?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Back a whip onto those hamsters at the back of that laptop. Come on. Keith?
Hello.
Clearly the ESB wasn't too kind to him this week.
We'll pop him out there for the moment anyway, and we'll get him back in when he shows his face. Eno's in. Let me guess. Sami Zayn, WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. Short-lived. Bonkers. Yes, Sami champion. Bonkers. Don't let me down, brother. Now we're Liverpool brothers here. Bonkers. Now don't let me down. Don't let me down.
Come on,
right,
bonkers.
Where do we begin? Bren, talk to us. We did the watch along. Night of non-champions became Night of Champions.
I think you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. It was very kind of like one of those kind of house shows that's really, really good, or one of those kind of like pay-per-views that you would expect, like a B pay-per-view that was kind of okay. It was what it was. It's everything a Raw should have been. But the end, I was flabbergasted at the end. I think Sami Zayn becoming champion. I didn't call it. I couldn't have called it if I tried. But but Noel, as you know, and we will talk about this undoubtedly. As you know, I'm a very, very happy man for Sami Zayn. Really happy he's champ. I thought Io Sky winning the Queen of the Ring was lovely. Obafemi winning the King of the Ring. It raised some serious questions this week on Raw, and we'll get into it, I suppose. But overall, the end was a shocker. It was everything we wanted, a surprise, something out of the ordinary, and something that wasn't Cody, that wasn't Gunter, that people were saying, we got it. That's where I am on that, Noel, and I suppose we'll get back to it.
Okay. Sean, now.
Oh, where do I begin? Yeah, look.
I think you should begin with Io Sky, because I know that'll start you on a positive and make you happy.
Yes.
No, it won't. Well, yeah, I suppose it will. Look, sure. Was I necessarily happy with Io winning? Maybe not. I'll get into that once we get to Raw. But you know what? Overall, I'll take it. It's someone better, in my opinion, than Liv Morgan, so I am happy out. Tiffany Stratton, can we just say, the Women's United States Championship finally getting defended on a PLE for the first time ever. An absolute dream, something that's been long awaited and needed to happen. And overall, I thought it was a brilliant match. And as Brent said, a beautiful surprise in Sami Zayn winning the title. We'll get into that a bit more later. I'm quite happy. As long as it's not on Cody Rhodes anymore, I'm pretty happy, to be honest with you. And Obafemi winning King of the Ring, absolutely fantastic. Put the title on the man, get it off Roman Reigns. Not that I don't like Roman, but I'd love to see Oba finally take the title and, you know, walk his way to the ring, dance his way to the ring with that title around his waist. Overall, pretty decent show, to be honest with you. It was all right, you know. I've already rage baited everyone just in that minute of talking.
I loved Little Yachty's people's elbow. I thought that was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say the highlight for me was the fact that, and Bren, you were probably surprised at this as well, that it was Cody Rhodes who had the pin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because if you remember, Noel, I had said that Sami, I said the opposite. I said Gunter's probably going to win, and Sami's been at it to be pinned. And then he ended up pinning, crazy. What does it say?
It's saying if Rhea Ripley was not injured, Tiffany Stratton not defending her title on that show. That's 100%. We know that. But like, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. Ripshaw didn't like it at all. I suppose in hindsight, and the only way to look at this, and look, I understand why they did it. I understand that sometimes the stars align and sometimes it takes a long time to get there. And, there's no doubt Sami has walked the road, but I say it time and time again, not everybody has to be a world champion. And that's my only problem with this, that it's now at a stage now where no matter who you are or whatever level you're at, all roads eventually lead to a world championship, you know what I mean? And I just think it's a little bit weird. I think with the dynamic of what they could have done in there and some of the stuff they could have done, and especially with the way it's fleshed out now on Raw, and we're going to get into Raw, obviously, it just feels a little bit weird now as to how this is going to play out. I don't know if you boys seen the spoilers for SmackDown. We don't have to share them, but if you did see them, now it feels even more weird the way they went. Without giving away SmackDown for anyone who hasn't watched it and still gets upset at spoilers in 2026 with the advent of social media and the internet and all that kind of stuff. But if you are that type of person, we will protect you on this podcast, there's no doubt. But if you have seen Raw and if you have seen the spoilers from SmackDown, you will fully understand that now it makes even less sense. But there we go. It is what it is. I spent the whole day on Sunday. I took out a lot of my wrestling figures and I polished them and I cleaned them. And I bathed in some memories of figures and moments in wrestling that make me happy so I wouldn't be sad. And that's just the way it is. And I'm just going to have to eat it. I'm just going to have to go along with this for a couple of weeks till we get the Saturday night's main event. And then we'll see where it goes from there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it is what it is. I thought Io Sky, I thought it was great, and she's well deserving as well. She got done dirty a little bit this year with the situation with Asuka and Kairi Sane, and the year before she was match of the year or thereabouts. I thought Breaker and Seth Rollins was a fitting way to end that. Ed is in there. We'll just bring Ed in. What's up, my brother?
All right,
apologies.
How are you?
Apologies.
How are you?
I had my dad over for a bit of dinner, so I didn't want to kick him out the door too early,
That's no problem. That's no problem at all, brother. We're just reflecting on Night of Champions here. And look, I suppose if you look at some of the videos that are coming out, and you seen the video with Becky and Kevin Owens post and him going along in the car with the belt on the headset and stuff like the headrest and all that kind of stuff.
Brilliant.
Like it's okay. We'll deal with it in the way that we can and stuff like that. Am I for it? No. Will I put up with it? Yeah. It's not the worst kind of wrestling shit I've had to digest over the last 44 years. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, there you go. But look, to be fair, and I think I said this to you, Noel. Sorry if I'm cutting across anyone here. I'm not money in. But I said this at the end of the watch along. It's they need to protect Cody. They need to protect him. Sami deserves it. We all wanted a breath of fresh air. Now I was going to come in and cripple Sami, and boom. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. So Cody's protected. The quarterback is protected. Sami gets his moment in the sun. We're all happy because Cody's not champion. Except for Brian. Sorry, mate. But then time to come. Oba comes in. It's a landslide victory, and we move on.
What was Cody protected? He seemed extremely pissed off in the footage after the match.
I did see
and
that. Yeah.
He was the one who ate the pin.
Yeah.
So I don't know how protected he was.
Well, to be fair, in the match, I did think about that. He did take the roll up, but it was just a sneaky roll up. You know what I mean? But yeah. I think the overall down the line kind of things, we won't see Cody getting crushed by Obafemi. And let's be fair, Cody's probably going to dethrone Obafemi, and he'll be the good guy again,
Were we not all in on Obafemi crushing Cody Rhodes down the line?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I want to see that. Absolutely. No, well, Bren wasn't. Sorry. That's why Bren shaved his beard in retaliation to Cody losing the belt. Yeah. But it looks great. You look great.
I was just crying and shaving at the same time. The tears acted as lubricant.
Yeah, I was going to say
it just works.
Tears were shaving cream. You know what I mean? But no, look. I mean, that's what I'll say about Night. I thought Night of Champions was stellar. I thought it was brilliant. I heard you talking about the cage match as well. I thought that was great.
How we doing?
Oh my God! Timu, Ant, and Deck right on cue together again. Sorry, Dave. That's more a Keith, not a you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I figured it's fine.
Yeah. Oh.
Dave, I like the t-shirt.
Quality.
Just something I wanted to touch on, and I know we don't. Dave Meltzer has compared Sami Zayn's win to Darby Allin's. Probably will be short-lived. There's a reasonable argument for that. Sam Roberts reckons that Sami Zayn has 5 weeks to prove himself, which I thought was kind of a strange comment. Maybe 5 weeks to prove yourself at that level, carrying the company on the strap. But I mean, it's not like this guy's only joined the company. In terms of having to prove himself, I think he's proved himself time and time again.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous comment.
But I think
he's 10 years in. Like, come on.
Yeah, I thought it was a strange one, all right. You know what I mean? And I think it's an interesting one. I think in general, it's been received well. But yeah, I just David. Noel is a strange one. We wanted to change, so we got it. But you're right, not everyone should be a champ. Yeah, well, I mean, change doesn't have to happen on that night. Just because we want change doesn't necessarily mean it has to happen there and then, and that's what happens. But I just think everything just aligned, and I think from a company point of view, we'll see how this plays out. If this plays out the way I think it's going to play out, I I think it'll have been just a box ticking waste of time, really.
Just a transitional thing.
We do, Kevin. We do watch AEW. We do indeed. Myself, well, mainly myself and Dave and Sean generally tend to watch AEW. The boys are off. The others are all fed guys. They wouldn't dare dip in there.
I just don't know where to watch it.
So yeah, I thought that was an interesting take.
The subscription service, Ed.
I've got enough for them.
Yeah, definitely not watching it if that's the case. Right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Raw. Probably the most tremendous kick in the bollocks I've ever seen. I thought it was amazing. But what did we make of this? I thought the matches seemed a little bit weird because they were kind of like, for me, if I look at Chad Gable versus JD McDonough, that to me is a PLE match, I think. And again, it's weird to see how it goes. I thought Rey Mysterio versus Ethan Page, I thought was a decent match again, but are we going down the road now of liking or disliking lucha libre wrestling and all that kind of stuff? And it just felt a little bit weird. Joe Hendry, for me, the way they've used and presented them and put them together just seems a little bit jarring at this stage. I think they've missed a beat on that. I thought Io Sky and Liv Morgan's segment was pretty good. Solo again just goes up in my estimation every week. But what for me, the start of this show and the end of this show was where it really hit its straps. Really, I thought Obafemi relinquishing the King of the Ring to go into the Hell in the Cell against Brock Lesnar. Is there an angle for that? What way is that going to play out? Is the King of the Ring now just going to become Money in the Bank 2.0? Are you going to be able to cash it in at a later date or something like that? What way does it work? I don't know. I thought Gunther and Aldis, I thought was really, really good as well. The way they attacked each other, and now they're both gone off screen for a couple of weeks or whatever it is and stuff like that and all. Danhausen, I'm a little bit torn by it at the moment. I don't know where to really go with it. I think I'm not too sure. But the main segment there, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, and to see the two boys tearing up and the emotion talking about the Shield and everything else, I thought for a promo and a build-up to a match, and the way they refer to the Shield and everything that's gone on, I thought the two boys absolutely knocked it.
We've got two blockbuster matches for SummerSlam, don't we? Like, this has drawn me in. Now I'm actually buzzing for SummerSlam now because I know night one will have Lesnar and Oba in the Hell in a Cell. Fuck me, right? I want that. I definitely want to watch that. And Rollins v Reigns for the title writes itself. Like, even if the other matches on the card sometimes can be a bit half-arsed and not as good, you're in this for the main events, 110%.
The only problem, and people alluded to it in the chat as well, is if this was the way you were going to go, and if this was the plan, and we assumed this was the plan, why put the King of the Ring on Obafemi? What's the... And now looking, I don't know if anyone has seen the SmackDown spoilers, but now it even makes less sense if you've seen the SmackDown spoilers.
No, I haven't seen it.
Pointless, absolutely pointless, and
feel free to. No, I suppose you can't talk about it.
Completely devalues the King of the Ring. Completely devalues. It's nothing. I don't want me title shot. I want to batter Brock instead.
Well, to be fair, you did say the titles are always going to be there.
Bullshit, Dave. Not at you, but bullshit. So what? It's not about the titles will always be there. It's about becoming King of the Ring, making such a big deal out of it, and then being like, good luck. Do you know what? It's grand. Don't worry about it. Titles will always be around. But you know what? Your hype might not always be around. Your momentum may not always be around. And I'm not saying he'll lose it by going up against Lesnar, but to demean the King of the Ring like that, and to say title shots, who needs them? It's off. Like, honestly, that pissed me right off.
I mean, they should have. Do you know, it would have been better off putting it on Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins using the King of the Ring to have the match with Roman.
Yeah.
Would have made more sense.
You know what I mean?
But the reason I think they did this, and it's an interesting take on it, is one, They couldn't do Obafemi Roman Reigns because that's going to need a huge build-up. For me, that's at least from War Games to WrestleMania to be built
That's
up
what
to
they're
be
looking at
anyway
doing, yeah.
meaningful at all. I think if they shotgun that, there would be serious problems. And two, I think they were concerned of shooting Obafemi to a world title straight away. I think they still have a bit of grounding there to do. And two, I don't think they're too sure. I don't know if they have anything planned for Sami Zayn in terms of what's the plan once he got the belt, or Obafemi. And I think they're in a little bit of no man's land, so it was easy to go with this. That's how I kind of read the room, because I think if there was a kind of a structured plan to this, I think you have to make a different decision at King of the Ring. I think you have to let Jey Uso win it then, if that's the case.
The only thing about that, Niall, is the alternatives were obvious, because the with Obafemi winning the King of the Ring, the problems were obvious. So the alternatives were even more obvious. And having Lesnar do something, or somebody, or the bloodline do something to kind of take him out, made much more sense. So because it was all obvious, I understand you, and I think fair enough, that's a good take. But everything was just so obvious. You said it a few weeks before it. You said if Obafemi wins the King of the Ring and he goes 2 nights, what does 1 night? It means nothing. It means nothing then, and you're dead right. So to me, with it being so obvious, it's more of a negative light on WWE and its creative and its lack of foresight. And I'll shut up now because I've gone on about this for about 5 minutes. But yeah.
Well, you can't realistically sell me the idea of Obafemi going through an absolute nightmare of a match in a Hell in a Cell against Brock Lesnar and expect that guy just to rock up the next night and take out Roman Reigns. I mean, if you're trying to convince me that, forget about it, it's over. And the thing about it is, how do you even build it up? They can't even get one storyline to keep on track. How are they going to do a dual storyline with a guy to keep on track? Now, the only other thing I was thinking out loud about is a lot of people are alluding to the Crown, like the Money in the Bank. So the question is, I think they're going to go Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso, which I think, I don't know whether Jey Uso wins the belt or not, but I think that's probably why they should have went that way, maybe with the King of the Ring. I know a lot of people didn't want it, and but like, I mean, what have we done now? We've gone through 4, 5, 6 weeks of a tournament here to culminate in King of the Ring, to absolutely just be relinquished to a Hell in a Cell match against Brock Lesnar. So it's like, it felt like TV filling then at that stage, I have to say, of all the wrestling events at the weekend, I thought Slammiversary was the one that kind of hit its straps and had kind of structure. It's funny enough, the company that's in the most turmoil at the moment, with people leaving and bookers leaving and creative changing and everything else, seemed to be able to put out the nearly most watchable show. I think between that and NXT were probably the 2 most enjoyable shows at the weekend, to be honest, which is hard to believe, So there you go. I don't know if you're saying Expressions was on it.
Yeah.
He came out with the top YouTuber. He came out with AJ and took a lovely guitar shot to the head as well and sold it like a champ. So fair play to him. Anyone else? Any thoughts on it? Any thoughts on Roman and Seth? And like, I thought the promo was exceptional. They didn't have to lay a glove on each other, but they sold us the match. The match is going to be absolutely stellar. But I love the way they put the dynamic in there. That
You didn't mention one thing, Niall, is that there was a hint of Paul Heyman splitting away from the Vision.
Yeah, the Austin Theory promo backstage.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of been coming, because I think we spoke about it about 6-8 weeks ago on the podcast, saying that the drop off in the Vision was nearly pulling Heyman down with it, nearly in terms of his quality of what he was presenting and stuff like that. So from that point of view, I'm not really surprised at all. What are we thinking at the moment, lads? Danhausen, obviously, like, it started stellar. It's gone really, really well. We were quite concerned when this was the guy who stepped out of the crate, but he's absolutely knocked it out of the park on some of this stuff. But
I thought the briefcase thing. I thought the briefcase this week was lazy booking, to be quite honest with you. It really was, like, stuff we've seen before. Like, they could have come up with something better.
But are they gonna, with this guy, are they gonna run out of ideas very quickly, and eventually he has to, like, get in a ring and wrestle? And
well, the talk is that he's going to have to face JD.
That's not
apparently he's supposed to be facing JD at Saturday night.
Saturday night's main event.
There's talk of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think this whole electrocuting people and doing all this kind of thing, I think it has a kind of a shelf life, and I think it could get very jaded very, very quickly. Anyone else have any thoughts on it? I know it's kind of comedy and stuff like that. We're kind of enjoying
I'm
it.
looking.
At a time where wrestling's a bit jarring at times, we need a little bit of comedy in it. But,
I suppose
you know,
I'm most looking forward to who's underneath that. We know it's probably Baron Corbin. We get that, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they actually present this Frankenstein character for Danhausen. Like, do we not see Danhausen in a ring, and does he say, "You're going to have to wrestle my Frankenstein," where Baron Corbin then takes on JD? Because then it keeps him out of the ring and it keeps the character still intact. As you said, Niall, once he gets in the ring, it kind of loses that little bit of
mystique,
carnival atmosphere, and that little bit of, attraction to the character. So I wonder if he's going to go down the route of, I'm not going to wrestle at Saturday Night's Main Event, but you're going to have to wrestle my project, my creation, Frankenstein of Baron Corbin, whoever it is.
I think that's the direction it's going, Dave. But the only thing I'll say is, as soon as they do it, as soon as Baron Corbin is the reveal, it's dead in the water. That's it. It's dead. And it's going to die a very, 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 very fast death. That's it. So I hope it doesn't go that way, because I like Danhausen. I don't know if you've seen his picture outside of Madison Square Garden. It's a nice little touch. It's beautiful. I'm happy for him. But as soon as Baron Corbin, and nothing against Bishop, I heard he's great in the barbecue. Bishop's his real name? Whatever. He's a good barbecuer. Either way, nothing against him. But the reality of it is, he's announced as Frankenstein, dead in the water, in my opinion.
Do you know what? I think the minute they unmask, no matter who it is, as a Frankenstein type thing or something like that, it's going to get... We've described it with the Whites before. It's going to get a little hokey.
Too carny.
And it's going to get a little... It's going to get a little kind of... Feel a little kind of weird now. I think he's done absolutely brilliant. I think he's after grasping the opportunity that's being presented to him. I think some of the stuff he does is a lot of fun. I like the stuff he does backstage and the backstage segments. I get a little bit concerned when it ends up in the middle of the ring and you have Miz walking around like a zombie and Kit Wilson walking around like a zombie. And once it enters into the ring, then it just feels a little bit weird, because then it feels like, we're taking it from backstage into the ring, and the ring is, you know what I mean, what we want from it and stuff. So I don't know. It just feels, I just have a kind of a, and I hope I'm wrong, but I just have a feeling about it. You know what I mean? Like,
no, can I just make a few points about Raw when I was just watching it there? So I'm glad with the Io Sky and Liv Morgan thing that they didn't procrastinate with that thing and draw it out to see who's going to happen or who's she's going to pick. I'm glad they just made the decision there on Raw that they're going to go with these two girls, and I think it's going to be a stellar match. To be honest,
she made that on Night of Champions, didn't she? As soon as she won the match, she said, "I'm coming for you."
Yeah, but I'm glad they did that, because WWE has a tendency to draw out things too long, and then it gets a bit fucking jarring. Then
I was gutted that we didn't get a Black Hoodie guy. Just saying.
The other thing, though, like what I was a bit jarred with was the Jey Uso and LA Knight stuff before Solo came into it. But when Solo came into it, it kind of gave it a bit of a life and a bit of a lift. So I think what he's doing is brilliant. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do come SmackDown. Anyways, I haven't seen the spoilers for SmackDown, so I don't know what happens there. I was a bit sad for the Chad Gable and JD match, because the fans were like not into this at all. Like, there was zero reaction for this match, and I thought it was a really, really good match, and it just goes to show as well. And the Raquel and Maxine thing, look, again, that was kind of a filler match. It just made no sense to have this. Don't understand why they did this, but the ending to Roman and Seth Rollins, I have to say, was really good, because I did mention it to you, Niall, on the podcast last night, that I did think they were going to go to this route and do it, because the whole Seth Rollins thing was over with Braun Breaker. But I have to say, Raw itself, it had its little bit ups and downs, but a lot of it, was decent. But I am intrigued with the three matches that they have at SummerSlam. It's looking like a really good, stellar SummerSlam so far.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be very strong. Yeah, I just think I got the feeling watching this, apart, like if you take the first segment out and the last segment out, other than that, it kind of felt nearly like a WWE live event. There was a number of matches that put on a card kind of for a house show that don't necessarily mean that or lead to anything. But I think with Chad Gable, and it's my concern, and I expressed it last week as well, how they handle him now on the back end of the mask versus mask match and all the stellar work he did as El Grande and stuff. If this takes too long, it's going to lose its impetus. It's going to go away. Fans are going to check out, and he's going to find himself just back in the mid to lower card again with really nothing there to aim for as such, you know. I think they need to shotgun him straight to Penta and get that IC storyline going. Yeah. You know, really fill that out, and that should be one of the big matches on SummerSlam as well, because I think Chad Gable, for him to take on that year or whatever it was of El Grande Americana and to bring it to where it was and to see what happened from a character development and everything else, and him to show all the facets of him as a performer. We know how good he is as a wrestler, and the dynamic that he showed within that. There has to be some sort of a payoff. And if there isn't, then creative are failing him greatly, you know. So that's the only thing I would say on that. But they do feel like throwaway kind of matches that it's just, let's just put a card out there kind of thing. And there was no rhyme or reason to it.
No, here's a question for you. Do you know the Obafemi and Brock Lesnar Hell in a Cell match? Do you think that's a proper match to have for them, like proper stipulation, or do you think it should have been something else? Because if you're going to do a Hell in a Cell, it has to be at least 30 minutes long or something with these guys, because you can't do a 10-minute Hell in a Cell match because it'd just be ridiculous.
10 minutes of entrances, 20 minutes of wrestling.
But I just think it'd be ridiculous, Dave, just to have a 10-minute match with these two in a Hell in a Cell match. Do you know this?
I'm not as concerned about the time of it as I am about the content of it. I don't necessarily want to have, let's say, a 30-minute match with these two big guys in there if after 15 minutes they're both blown up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that doesn't help anything either. I'm not necessarily concerned about it. I would imagine it's going to be the main event of night one, I would imagine. That's the way I would look at it, I would imagine. They're not really talking much either about this retirement stuff either, which leads me to believe they might have backed off it a little bit, because they're not talking about this being a retirement match. They might be talking about this being just like a best of three or whatever it is. Alba obviously wins a 2-1, but I'm not too sure whether Brock Lesnar's retiring in Minnesota. I don't get the feeling it is.
Do you think it's the right stipulation, though, to have this match? Do you think they should have went for something else?
Well, what's the alternative? What do you want? If it's not Hell in a Cell, what are you looking for?
No, I was just wondering. I'm just wondering if everybody's agreed with being Hell in a Cell, or if everyone has a different opinion about it. Did you thought about if it's something else?
Well, I think it raises the profile of the match from both guys as well. That it's not just two big bruisers in there in a ring. It's a Hell in a Cell match, so it should carry that kind of significance. But what it does show is that they've definitely abandoned the idea of Obafemi doing a two-nighter. So that's good from that point of view, and maybe that was kind of the reasoning behind it, that he wouldn't be capable.
The only one that would have worked for me, sorry, no, would be Last Man Standing. Yeah, that's the only one that would have worked for me apart from Hell in a Cell. Would be Last Man Standing, and that'd be obviously it's straightforward. Like there's two of us, there's one match left. Last Man Standing wins. It's simple as that. Like, that's the only other one that would have made sense to me, other than Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, Sean's point there about Amazing Red, I want to make a point on that as well. His work in House of Glory as well is phenomenal. He's 44 years of age, and you know, Amazing Red, I think over the last 3, 4, 5 years, he's been doing his best work of his career. He's a phenomenal wrestler and an unbelievable athlete, and very, very, very underrated unless you follow your wrestling outside of the Fed. He's been amazing. He was in TNA right from the get-go, nearly in the early days. And to think that he's gone back there in 2026 for an Ultimate X match is unbelievable. So hats off.
You know what's mad, Noel? It's mad to think that he performed in Dublin in 2002 at I think it was the first ever. It was the first ever Irish Whip, or 2001 or whatever. And it was Jody.
The one with Jake in the basketball arena.
Yes, Jake the Snake.
Yeah, Jody Floyd.
Jody Floyd and Amazing Red.
Yeah.
That was one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that he's still doing what he's doing today is phenomenal.
And producing some of his best work these days.
I can't believe that.
Let's not get it twisted either, you know. We need more Danhausen in the ring. He is a great wrestler.
I think they'll no.
Did you get electrocuted on?
No, to be fair, he is good in the ring. He has got a lot of wrestling talent, but obviously his
Takes away from what he does, really, to be honest.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Can't find. Big fan of Danhausen, but I can't find the figure I heard. Scorpion Death Drop is his new figure. Maybe. Bonkers. Danhausen saying you're cursed, then we know the person going to lose. Yeah, it kind of sets the narrative, doesn't it? Lads, what do you think of this tag team, Lance Archer and Finn Balor? No comment.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone knows my feelings on Finn Balor and what Finn Balor should be involved in. So, more tag teaming. We seen how that went last time. Had the belts for 180 days or something like that. Defended it 3 times, of which 1 time was at an OTT show. Ridiculous. Typical WWE Dave. They will drag that out to Survivor Series as the 5th member of a team for War Games. Yeah, War Games has just been going to be a big cage just full of Samoans and fake Samoans and honorary uses and all sorts. We know where War Games is going. Roman Reigns. Lads, what do you think are plans for Braun Breaker? I have.
That's
Royal Rumble win.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Royal Rumble win. He'll win the Royal Rumble and he'll win the title of Mania.
That's a great show. I actually thought that was going to be Sami's story. I thought until Saturday, you know what I mean? So I totally agree with you there.
Ed, it still could be Sami's story. This could be the start of his 2nd reign. Imagine that. He goes off wins the Rumble, main event of WrestleMania. Oh.
Yeah, I tell you.
And we're going to be there as well, so...
I maybe cheer them.
Right now.
Well, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Feel great. Dave, take us through Forbidden Door briefly, if you could, please.
Briefly, yeah. I'll take you through it briefly. Unlike the actual...
If you want to take us even through the last 3 matches, if you want.
Yeah, look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've been saying this all fucking year. This catalog of fucking matches, 10, 12 fucking matches, just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for anyone. It's too much. If he has like I said before, if he has 6 or 7 matches, that's fine. That's no problem for me. That's ingestible.
Dave, why do you think he persists with it when it's very obvious that every
he doesn't listen to anybody,
guy
that's
and the
why.
dog and the man on the street? Why does he?
He's over providing. He's in the mindset that if he doesn't give the fans more, he's not giving them enough. Which it comes from a good place, but I don't think he realizes the impact it's having on the product. We looked at last year's string of pay-per-views, right? Me and Niall, you and I talked about this extensively. Last year's pay-per-views were in a lot of cases better than WWE's, right? Especially Full Gear, which was phenomenal. But because they're stretching it out to these 10-match shows, it's too much. People can't ingest that much in one evening. They can't process it all. Like WWE, when they had the 4 matches, was too little. We were forced to ingest something for too long. Now they have 6 matches, and we look at Night of Champions. I thought it was a great pay-per-view, well balanced. Every match was decent because they had 6 matches on there. Great, perfect. Put 2 of them on ESPN for first hour, and then we have 4 for the rest of it. That works for me. Whatever formula they're using now works. I think Tony Khan needs to take a leaf out of that book and say we need to do 6 or 7 matches, 7 matches max per pay-per-view. And credit where credit's due. He had a great response to one of the reporters after Forbidden Door, who said to him, "Oh, well, WWE are putting on 2 shows on the Night of All In and NXT and AAA." And he was like, "Good, that's 2 compliments." You know, he took it like a champ. You know what I mean? He's like, "That's 2 compliments. They want to try and compete. That's great. That's what we need. That's what we want." But Forbidden Door was. There were certain matches that were really good and I really enjoyed, but it was just too much for me. The main event, Will Ospreay and Swerve, was too many kickouts, too many near falls, just too much. Overall, I love the cage match. I think the idea of this cage being in a circle is actually deadly. I quite like that. It's not just a square, it's a circle cage. So I quite like that. It's a little different. I thought it was just, typical hardcore stuff in a cage match, but it worked really well. Overall, the pay-per-view was too long. 7 out of 10 for me. It just dropped down because there's too many matches, too many things to digest, too many things to process in one night. And as you said, Niall, the hours just tick on, and before you know it, you're fucking exhausted by the end of it.
Dave, how long was the pay-per-view on for?
6 hours.
Jesus.
You're talking Mania 17 levels.
I watched the first hour, and because there was only 2 matches in the first hour, I switched the motherfucker off. I said, I'm not sticking with this.
True, but WWE
have
two matches in 1 hour for Night of Champions, but it didn't go on for another 10.
Yeah, but they only have 6 matches.
Exactly, that's what I mean, though.
But then I went to bed, right? And then I got up at 5:45 to have breakfast, and I caught the last 2 matches.
Yep.
So if you're an AEW fan and you're watching this start to finish, I fucking commend your commitment. That's for sure. I don't know why he just doesn't go 2 nights. I don't know why he just doesn't do 2 nights or something like that, because there's plenty on it there to split it into 2
There
nights.
is, but I don't know if he'd sell out 2 nights. Crazy. That's the thing. Like, he's doing well on the East Coast.
Do what WWE did. Do a fucking combo ticket and round them in. If they don't show up, because of fuck
he's doing well on the East Coast, right? The East Coast events are selling really well. West Coast, he's not doing so well, and the Midwest is kind of WWE territory anyway. That kind of he does well in Texas, Chicago.
But Dave, why is he not doing well on the West Coast? Because of the time difference. People are fucked trying to watch it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When he does shows on the West Coast, he just thinks no one's watching AEW except people in San Diego, LA, or California. This is the problem. If I can watch the first 2 matches, go to bed, get up, have breakfast, and watch the last 2 matches, you have a major fucking problem. Like, you know what I mean? A major problem.
Yep.
It just didn't work for me. Listen, I'm delighted Will Ospreay is on the way to All In. We'll probably be there, most of us anyway. That should be pretty good. And there were certain elements of it that I liked. I thought the last 3 matches I thought were really good.
We're looking like Telka against
terrific.
Mercedes Moné. Looks like the match for All In. Bren will probably go and get a burger or something during that one.
He's contemplating at the moment.
Just the bone.
Just the bone. Yes,
just the
sorry.
bone.
Yeah, the bone. Yeah.
Just the bone.
What am I saying? But no, I overall there was matches that I really enjoyed. Especially the cage match was probably my favorite of the night. The women's match was really, really good as well. But look, again, too much to ingest. And if you wanted to review, this is even worse. If you wanted to fucking review this pay-per-view, how long is it going to take you to fucking review the bleeding?
6 hours.
It was 3 hours fucking reviewing the thing as it is. Like, that's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah, it's way too much. It's overkill.
He's over providing, and he's almost being fucking too nice. Here, I'll give you everything. No, we don't want everything, Tony. 6 matches will fucking do.
That's what he's doing.
I love that.
Keith, I know you fucking hate Tony Khan, but you calm it down, lad.
That's the best comment. That's the best comment of the night. What's the explanation to Tony Khan putting on 20 matches? Just a sparring.
Right, the Fed guys can back off for a second, and when it comes to AEW, don't even bother commenting.
Hang on, Dave.
Push it aside. No,
I'm not agreeing with Keith. I just think what he said was hilarious. I'm not agreeing with Keith at all. I just think what he said was hilarious.
Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. is killer match.
Dave. Yeah. I expected more. I expected more from it, to be honest.
I think Kenny.
I don't
think Kenny can go like he used to anymore. I think he's really on the edge now of thinking about
the show that he's
overrated.
Yeah.
Who's overrated? Kenny Omega.
It's just an indifferent clash of styles, really, isn't it? Zack is such a technician, and Kenny has gone a little bit looser around the edges, if you like, with his style now. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sean, do you want to run us through Slammiversary?
TNA. Oh, do you know what? This is a bit of a tricky one. And you said
how many matches were there?
8, 9, 10.
Yes.
8.
Yeah. Just over the threshold, isn't
it?
Oh, they're going.
There was
all had about a 15-minute time limit, though, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
look,
Like, there's not one match in this had 10 false
Yeah,
finishes.
I know.
like.
I know.
yeah,
Don't get me
this
fucking
match
started
finished.
on that fucking heap of shite. Like,
Yeah. Look, overall, I'd say out the whole weekend, as you said, Niall, this and NXT were the two most solid shows, in my opinion. Look, I think it's great that Xia Brookside has won a title, and I'd like to see what she can do with it. Demon X Bunny winning the tag team titles, I think, is great. But as you guys seen earlier, we have 2 knockouts tag teams in TNA. 2. So that means they're going to be juggling them titles, playing hot potato, win it, with it. And what crap is that, in my opinion? Overall, I still thought the knockouts tag team match was a great match. We got what Yuha Nation or Uri Yuha Nation? Is that what it's called? Yuha Nation.
Yeehaw.
Oh
Yuha.
Lord.
it's okay. You can call him Apollo Crews if you want to.
Wuhan Nation.
Yuha Nation sounds like it's going up against Wheatley American vodka. You know, like it's crap.
No, it
to
sounds
say
like a
the
really
least.
bad podcast.
Oh,
It
don't flag
does,
the
yeah.
vodka.
Shit, vodka.
Look, it's a weird name, but I am a big Apollo Crews fan. I thought he was class in WWE. Very, very underutilized.
Never got to see him though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. He's sat in catering for the past 4 or 5 years now.
Another one. They dropped the ball on and got wrong. They have a history of it.
Exactly. It's what we best. So look, maybe TNA can pick up the slack. Who else we got? The Hardys getting back the tag team titles. Controversial take. I don't like the fact they won the tag team titles back. Look, I enjoyed their first reign. I just think it's time the Righteous won the tag team titles. That's just my opinion. I think they've well earned it at this stage, and they should have won. Overall, a pretty solid match to say the least. And my boy Santana losing. What the hell? And if I didn't hate Frankie,
You know why that
Exactly.
happened.
He's gone back to WWE.
Don't avoid the elephant in the room here. Yeah, we know why that happened.
He's becoming a fed head.
He's
Again.
becoming a fed head, but that's okay. You know, I don't mind that. Look, Nick Nemeth getting the title back, I'm not mad at. If you get rid of the little parrot in the background being Ryan Nemeth, I'd be a lot happier. You know, he's just standing in the background looking pretty and flapping his gums. But, you know, he's there and that's it. Nick Nemeth getting the title back, I'm not too mad about. We'll see
I'm
how
all
the
right with that. I'm
second
happy.
one goes.
I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
I'm happy enough with it. You know, we'll see how that goes. And Bonkers just said it there to address the biggest elephant in the room, to say the least. TNA not being able to freaking TNA not being able
for
to.
this title.
They're not handling their women's division properly as it is, to say the least. And now you're throwing a new title in the mix. And don't get me wrong, I love a good women's title.
It's all right.
I love a good women's title and I love a new title in wrestling in general. But when you're throwing it in with a division you barely care about as is, it's a bit lackluster, to say the least. But look,
But Sean, it's okay. The road dog will sort it all out. It's okay. It's in good hands. It'll be all sorted out. Don't worry.
Oh, you didn't know?
I'm very reassured now. Thank you very much. I feel a lot better now. So look, we'll see how the tournament goes. The title is beautiful. I don't know if you've seen the design of the title. I think it looks lovely.
Looks lovely. Yeah, it looks really nice.
And I think I'll finish up. I know there's a few other matches, but I think I'll finish up on Moose versus Eddie Edwards. I thought this was a fantastic match. I am a massive Moose fan, so I am. And them getting his family involved was a really cool little moment in the match, to say the least. And overall, very happy with this show. And I'd say it's probably one of my favorite TNA shows in quite a while.
I'm Ricky Souza as well. It's just Unbelievable as well. And we have to mention as well, 2026, Jeff Hardy off the top of the ladder again. It just never gets old, does it? It just never gets
Although
old.
you kind of go every time he does because he's not 25 anymore.
Yeah, yeah. You're kind of like once he gets to the bottom, you're kind of like,
grand. Is he moving?
Are you okay? Is he okay?
He's moving, lads. He's moving. We're all good. We're all good.
Fair play to him. But yeah, no, all in all, I thought a really good event considering the turmoil that's been going on in there and everything. I thought they put on a really, really good show. We know there's more change on the way and stuff like that, so it'll be interesting to see how it fleshes out. But as one of their big events of the year as well, I think they did a stellar job with everything they had to deal with as well. So hats off to TNA. Where do I want to go now? I have an interesting slide here, I think, folks. This one here is, and I'm going to get your thoughts on it, because I want you. I know you may or may not be able to see it, but I can call it out to you, right? This is a list of WWE names that are, coming out of Night of Champions at the weekend. The big talk was all about Grand Slam champions. So this is almost Grand Slam champions. This is the list. So, and the belts that they need. Who do we think is going to get there and not get there? So we'll start. Sheamus needs an IC title.
There'll be a swan song. They'll give him that.
Damien Priest needs an IC title.
No,
he's falling.
I'd say he will get there, but it won't be anytime soon. But I'd say he will get there. He will get it.
He's fallen off a cliff, hasn't he?
He won't level up. He'll wepa up, so he will. Clearly,
no, I think he'll be another one who will get the IC title just to change things up. I think he will get that as well.
Yeah, so would I.
Sean Mack, rare time where someone's WWE name is better than their indie name. Apollo Crews, love it. CM Punk US title.
No. Please no.
I think he will actually go. No, I'm not touching that shit. Oh, the big one.
The one I'm near. Any
Drew McIntyre US title. Drew McIntyre
he
US
might.
title.
No. He might.
Maybe, yeah.
He might.
I can't see CM Punk or Drew McIntyre ever having a lower card title than the heavyweight ever.
I'm starting to worry we won't see Drew McIntyre fucking come back.
we haven't actually. Well, Dave, we haven't actually seen him in the Highlander film yet. He could be brutal. He could be terrible.
No,
so
but he's getting more offers like flooding in. This is what I'm saying to you. Like,
well, if I look like that, I probably get more offers as well. He's a bleeding oil painting. He is. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. I'm a heterosexual male, but he's a sexy beast.
Specimen of a man.
Although looking like an oil painting does nothing for you in a Highlander movie. There you go. Jey Uso, US title.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, so,
Cody Rhodes,
Get the
US
fuck.
title.
Yeah, I think
please
so.
no.
Yeah, he will. He'll get it.
Take your vodka, shove it up, and feck off out that door. That's all I'll say.
Sean, you were excited about Sasha Banks still in the main event scene. Piss off.
Exactly.
Cody Rhodes.
Exactly.
Cody Rhodes.
And guess what? The CEO to Wembley.
Take coffee slices and shove them up your arse.
And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. CEO.
Come here, I tell you.
CEO.
Sean, you're not looking straight in this one, pal. Don't
I
ask.
tell you what.
I was more concerned at the fact they released the video with Will Ospreay doing the dance more so than that seemed a little bit strange.
Cody US title, I would say yes. We wanted him to drop down, didn't we? We wanted him to drop down.
But on top of that, Dave, he's Mr. USA. You know what I mean? It's on his bleeding neck.
Yeah, everything.
He's Mr.
Because Lex Luger worked out so well, didn't he?
Yeah, that bus.
Yeah, exactly, the bus.
What are you suing me for?
No words from Keith. Absolutely nothing. Mr. Silent over there.
Keith, I was just displaying the look on your face as everyone was talking about Cody Rhodes becoming a Grand Slam champion.
Oh, Mr. Tramp
Stamp. You call him Tramp Stamp. You're counting down the days for Steph McCourt to come back. You want to talk about falling off a cliff? Shut up.
He's playing on the tits, will you?
Be the welfare.
See, he backs down, Bren, when you go up a level. You know what I mean? He's like, oh no, Bren.
No, I don't.
The next two, please don't use emotion. And if if you think it's going to happen, you really need to log off. Nakamura needs a world title.
Not a chance.
No.
Not a chance. Realistically, not a chance. Let's be real here.
He's
If you
gone.
think this is going to happen,
I'd like
you're
to,
mad out of
but
your
it's
head.
never gonna happen.
Wait.
The last
Wait, my understanding is it's heavyweight champion or WWE champ, and he was WWE champ. Do we have that wrong?
No, he was
He's
champ.
never-
No,
Was he?
Oh, he was.
No,
Nakamura
he
was.
was.
NXT
He won
champion.
the Rumble. He won the
NXT
Rumble.
champ.
He never won the event. He won the
he was
Rumble.
never WWE
Yeah.
Right,
champ.
yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He won the
That-
Rumble.
Sorry. I could have
He won the
sworn he
Rumble.
did. Oh man,
Dave,
sorry.
Dave, apologise. You're going quiet now. You were saying he was champion.
Who, what?
Apologise, please, Dave.
Me?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I thought he won
Dave,
the belt as well.
Dave.
I'm
Yeah,
not denying that.
No, he was just
Hey,
I've already
realistically
apologized.
here.
But
I think you
Now,
have
the
to.
final,
We did think he was going to win it because I remember
Yeah,
everyone was pissed.
'cause
They
he
were
won the Rumble.
Why did that happen? Yeah,
Yeah.
why did that happen?
Yeah.
Not
If you-
now
Nakamura's not.
the final one for me was quite interesting because it says Matt Cardona needs a world
No.
title. But I don't remember Matt Cardona winning a belt in WWE.
Intercontinental.
I see.
Intercontinental Mania.
Intercontinental
Oh,
ladder match.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
No,
true.
no,
Yeah,
no,
Matt
no,
Cardona's
no,
never won
yeah.
a title
Oh.
in WWE,
I
right?
see what you're laying down here, Niall. I'll pick it up. Yeah, I know
Zack
where
Ryder
you're
did
going.
all right.
Whoa.
Yeah, super show.
Different gimmick, so it doesn't count.
You know what? You
He's
true.
full of shit.
Some would say a different human being. Let's be honest
It's
here.
amazing
Oh,
what,
no,
it's amazing
it's
what
a-
4 years of non-tested can do for you, isn't it? Fuck yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker. I was there. I was like, "What do you mean he never won a world title?" Oh my god, a title even. Sorry.
Brent's just like, you shut your dirty little mouth.
God bless him. He's getting the
Yeah,
good
promo
money.
between Cody and Trick. Trick would be immense.
That'd be very
Absolutely.
good, yeah.
Absolutely. Right, quick question for you before we get into history and birthdays and all the rest of it and stuff. How do we see how is this Sami Zayn situation going to play out? What do we think is going to
I think
happen?
it'll be short term.
Whoever wants to take it a turn. Where'd you see it going?
I think it's what I said. It's going to be a splash in the pan. It's just a breath of fresh air. There's no Cody. I don't see him having it too long. I see him
It's a
dropping
thank
it.
you for your service, Ed, isn't it? It's a thank you for your 10 years of
That's,
service.
do you know what?
Here's a
That's
little-
a
yeah.
perfect way of saying it. That is perfect, and I totally agree. It is. It's definitely. Listen, you've put it in. You've been the backbone.
So here's a question that comes out of that. Is that the way a company should be treating the biggest belt on the planet?
No,
No.
Not at all. Not
No.
at all.
no.
No way.
No.
I'm not saying it's
I think-
right, but that's what it seems like to me.
I think it's definitely a thank you, but it's also they want Oba to be mad strong. Now maybe he's not going to win it, but they want to protect Cody, and I think take the belt off Cody for a while, charging him up, giving him the chase again. Cody's going to start chasing the title again sooner or later. We all get behind. People will get behind that, and then Sami Zayn will drop the title to the next person he fights, and that's that. That's.
Would it be mad to
I-
think though? Could Sammy face Cody at SummerSlam maybe because they built this up between them of what's been going on?
I think I'll get Cody Punk.
Yeah, I think that myself. But I'm just wondering if could Sammy be involved maybe because they built this up for so much.
No, I think I'll get Cody Punk, and I think this will allow the beginning of the Cody Rhodes turn to becoming a heel.
So do you think that could happen
I think
then
it lends
SummerSlam
itself
maybe?
perfectly for Punk. I think, and people are going to hate this. I think you're getting Sammy versus Jey Uso, which again
I don't hate it.
makes no sense based on Night of Champions.
And it'll be a
I think
mid-card
that's
match.
where it's
It'll be a
going.
mid-card match, won't it? Because you have the title on night 2, and then you have the Hell in the Cell on night 1 as main events. So he's going to have to drop down.
It'd be like a co-main event or something like that. But not only that, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay wins the belt.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is that where you're going with it? Jay winning the belt?
That's what I think might happen. And that to me even feels, and I'm a Jey Uso fan, but that to me even feels a little bit weird, the way they've gone about it, if you like.
Kind of roundabout way to get straight. Yeah, I mean, like you say, Jay could have just won it. The King of the Ring.
Well, I think if you look at the way they've gone about it, right, they've diluted down the King of the Ring. They could potentially, if there's an opportunity to cash in at a later date, dilute down Money in the Bank, because the crown then becomes a briefcase.
Yeah. Can I just say,
So they dilute that down. They diluted down the belt, because we're sitting here thinking the belt feels like it's a thank you. Most people who get a thank you normally get a watch your attention. But this is what upsets me the most about this. What upsets me the most about this, part the fact that it's Jey Uso or Sami Zayn or Cody Rhodes or how we feel about the product or the show or anything like that. That belt has to be held to a certain level and a certain regard. And you can't have fuckery at the highest level of the company. And that's what this feels like. This feels like, you know, if there was a legit kind of build up and a movement towards this in a certain way, and I know you could argue, okay, well, Sammy's build up has been 10 years. But at no point in this journey did I ever see Sami Zayn as a world champion. And look, I loved Sami Zayn in NXT. I thought he was brilliant in black and gold. Agreed. He was absolutely unbelievable. He came onto the main roster. He was a breath of fresh air. The stuff with Kevin Owens was amazing. You know, the documentaries we see with Balor when they're doing Lego and all the rest of it was cool. All this stuff was really cool. Sammy was a cool guy. But at no point, and I see Finn Balor as a world champion, but at no point did I ever look at Sami Zayn. And not that he's not a good wrestler, he's a super wrestler, but not did I ever look at him. And I looked at Kevin Owens as well. Not did I ever look at him and go, he's the guy you need to strap the belt in. He's the guy to represent and carry the company. He's the guy who should be out there front and center. I never ever seen that, and I still don't.
Question for you: do you know the way you dislike Sami at the moment? Is it just? Do you think he needs to go away for a while and maybe just come back, or what do you think it is? Like, are you just?
No, because I don't. I think with guys that are there that long and ingrained in that institution of WWE, I think it's very hard to go off and reinvent yourself. Like the only way you really go off and reinvent yourself, what do they normally do? They send you down to NXT. And you have a stellar 6 months down there, and then they bring it back. I don't know. Like with Finn Balor, you can change Finn Balor, and you can change Finn Balor, and you can make him the demon and stuff like that. You can have a different dynamic with Finn Balor. You can have the Bullet Club kind of stuff, you can have the demon kind of stuff, or you can have the straight up kind of Balor stuff. With Kevin Owens, you can have face Kevin Owens, you can have heel Kevin Owens, you can have in between Kevin Owens. With Sami Zayn, I think it's
you just have Scarhead Sami Zayn. That's.
No, but I just don't know what it can evolve into, kind of thing. You know, funny enough, when I look back on it and when you think about the history of him, he probably would have been perfect to become one of those El Grande Americanos or something like that. Because we know he can wrestle the style, and we know he can be that lucha guy. And he would have been perfect for that, and that could have re-energized him and stuff like that and all. But it's no disrespect him, because we know, look, if you get into WWE, we know you're of a certain ilk and a certain level. So it's not from that point of view, but it's just these. You heard Heyman on the Chris Van Vliet show talking about how these little pieces and how those little things come together to form big things and sell you the depth and the energy and the emotion of how something big comes off as a payoff. I don't see that here. You know what I mean? I see this as being short-lived. And this could be short-lived even to the point of Saturday night's main event. Let's not get this twisted here, because I don't know what you guys seen. I seen a video today. There was quite a reaction on SmackDown. And that's not the spoiler for anyone, but it wasn't all fanfare and frills, let's say. And we knew this, and we predicted it, and we said it, because he wasn't getting a great reception before he left the States to go on the European tour and head into Night of Champions. It was a very mixed reaction when this guy came out. So I don't know what way this is going to be received. And we know with the Fed, when things aren't received very well, they pivot real quick. Do I expect them to drop the belt to Saturday night's main event? I wouldn't think so. Could I see the Fed doing it? 100%. Because I just know the way they react to things. That would be a shame. That would be a shame. I don't know. I don't think they're going to put the belt on Brock, because I don't think the Hell in the Cell match warrants the belt.
So maybe
it doesn't, because Oba's already said titles already be there. I don't need them right now.
So it could be Cody then, maybe, and they'd have Cody then and CM Punk for the title. Would it go back to that then?
Not enough build up.
Probably not. I think Sami will have to drop it to someone like a Jey Uso, and it will be Jey Uso then who would pass it towards a CM Punk or whatever it is. Because remember, Jey and CM Punk have history. We know the last time around didn't go too well. CM Punk had a lot to say about that, if you remember, and Jey was going through, let's say, an indifferent, difficult time. So it'll be interesting to see what way it all goes. The one thing I do like about Sami Zayn becoming champion, if there's anything, is it's created a little bit of chaos and a little bit of what if all around the kind of roster at that level and stuff like that. So it'll say what happens, see how they book them, how they put it out there, and what happens. I don't know. Anyone else? Any thoughts about how it might play out? Short-lived, long?
My issue with Niall is that I don't want this title to be flip-flopping around because, as you said, it's a prestigious title, you know, and it shouldn't be doing that. That's my only issue with it. And I'm not a fan of Sami Zayn being champ. I think he has a ceiling. His ceiling is the IC and US title. That's for me, in my opinion. And I know Bren's going to disagree with that, but I don't really care. Sorry, Bren. But no, look, at the end of the day, I just think he has a ceiling. He shouldn't be champion for me. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the title dropped at Saturday night's main event. And it could be just a thank you belt. But I just don't want to be flip-flopping around. That's my only issue with it.
Is the WWE title, Keith, you think, turning into the old big gold? Do you feel it's going that way? Do you remember when the big gold was held by Jack Swagger? And it was held by Dolph Ziggler, and it was held by all the mid-carders that we thought would never get thought. Now, don't get me wrong, Dolph Ziggler's cash-in is one of my favorite moments of the last, of the century. But is it? Do you think it's turning into it's having its big gold moment? Because obviously with Roman with the World Heavyweight title, we know that's the biggest in the company now.
I think with that title, they're trying to make it prestigious. That title, what Roman
has. But is that having an impact? And now the WWE Undisputed is more what the big gold was in its dark days.
Yeah,
it feels like that way. Not that it's
it feels like it's the dark days with Jack Swagger. To be quite honest with you, and
Alberto Del Rio.
I know, in fairness, I like Alberto Del Rio. I did like him, but
I think the issue with the big gold lads was, I think at the time the hierarchy they just viewed it as a WCW belt.
Yeah,
absolutely, and they didn't want to leave credence.
But you get what I mean when you're looking at the Undisputed title, you feel it's like no, it's not going down that road, but it's feeling like it is.
I feel it's not even that I think the company's being forced to go down that road now because they've created a cross for their back really in the way that they've gone about stuff and all and they kind of backed themselves into a corner in sticking so long with Cody Rhodes, and then it's gone to this point now where it's kind of like, okay, where do we go with this now? A lot of people checked out of the roster off SmackDown, so we didn't have Drew around to pivot to. Punk came in and then went off in recent months and stuff like that. They nowhere really to go with it, so they were left with what were the options.
Do you think we're missing the likes of Kevin Owens, or do you think we're missing the likes of Drew McIntyre to hold that title right now? And that's why
you could say that, but the problem is if they want to freshen up the show and if they want the show to kind of explode again, get the ratings back and the viewers and really make it an interesting show to watch and stuff like that. No. You can't keep on going back to Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens because it's just, while we want Kevin Owens to be back, we'd be delighted to have him back and all. Do we keep on parachuting Kevin Owens back into Sami Zayn storylines?
I think we're missing a Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton deserves at least one more title run.
If he can.
He will get that. He will get that.
I think in general, and this is why I think WWE SmackDown at the moment is kind of going through a bit of a transitional period at the minute. I think the one thing we are going to get for SummerSlam, which I'm really excited for, is Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams, which I think is going to be sensational.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah. But anyone else to add how they feel about Sami?
No, but I am looking forward to Nick Aldis against Gunther potentially.
Yeah,
Noel, can I just go back to something you said about King of the Ring being diluted down? Yeah. I feel now. I don't know if it's obviously it's no one else, but ever since King of the Ring stopped being its own pay-per-view, I felt it meant feck all.
Bang, fucking on it. Bang on.
100%. I always felt that.
100%.
And and like anyone who knows what King of the Ring was knew it was a pay-per-view, knew it was and they're trying to push it that it
was the money at the bank of its time, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The last person to win that at a pay-per-view King of the Ring was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, 2003 too.
Although I did enjoy Bad News Barrett as King of the Ring. I'm not gonna lie.
No, like don't get me wrong. But it's the fact that this thing starts happening on Raws and stuff. Oh, we're gonna have this tournament, and it's dragged out. I just think King of the Ring has never been the same. It's never been as, in my eyes, as important ever since
You didn't always get a
But if you-
title shot when
if
you
you
won the
look-
King of the Ring. You
when-
didn't always
no,
get a
you
title
didn't.
shot
But
when you won the King of the Ring.
you didn't.
You
You
didn't.
didn't. You elevated. It elevated.
I
to the
don't.
next step.
I don't remember. I don't remember
Stone
Billy
Cold
Gunn
wasn't awarded.
or
Stone Cold wasn't awarded the King of the Ring.
Yeah, but in recent years, in the last 3, 4, 5
Exactly.
years, whatever way they've been running this tournament,
exactly
it has been a pathway to a
Yeah.
title
at
match
SummerSlam, and that's what
basically.
pissed me
Right.
off earlier
Yeah.
on, and that's what I was getting at. So, once I agree with you, it probably should be a pay-per-view. I do think they added value to it over the last couple of years, guaranteeing that title match at SummerSlam, and that's why I'm so pissed off with Oba at the moment.
But you see,
And also all previous winners have gone on to win the strap.
that's what I was going to say. But what King of the Ring usually was it wasn't more of a forced transition, if you get me. It was more of a, this guy is the next big thing. This guy is the next Stone Cold. This guy is the next Brock Lesnar. This guy is the next.
So Ed, if you think if they went back to a pay-per-view, then it'd be a bit more credible compared to what they're doing.
I absolutely do. 100%. 100%.
Was Sean O'Born
See, the issue-
when Lesnar won the King of the Ring?
What age are you, Sean?
Yeah, see,
I'm
the issue,
21.
the issue for me. Yeah,
Fucking
four.
hell.
You wasn't even born.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
yeah, the issue for me with the King of the Ring.
Those were the
Fuck
days.
this.
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
No, sorry.
the issue for me with the King of the Ring is not necessarily. I agree with you on the pay-per-view thing, but it's not necessarily about the format. It's about what the crown represented. And now the crown has been put to one side because I want to go third time's a charm against Brock Lesnar in the Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam. So, no sound individual in wrestling. If we step out of what we know it is and we pretend for a few minutes here that it's all very real, and it is very real to these boys and girls. But if we believe it's very, very real, there's no way in this world I'm giving up my opportunity at a title for a match with Brock Lesnar.
Oh, 100%. No one. Yeah, and like.
So for me, that's where I was talking about the dilution.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, like, if you look at King of the Rings, you look at, we've Owen Hart in there, we've Bret Hart, we've Stone Cold. We've a litany of people in there, you know what I mean?
Goldust.
It's the legacy of that. But now the problem is, now we go into next year, and next year they'll have a tournament. We'll review the tournament. It'll be 6 weeks on telly. It'll pad out Raw and SmackDown, whatever it does. And we'll know, well, why are we bothering getting invested in this? Because someone might just fuck it away and just want another Hell in a Cell match with someone and not have a title.
We want
match.
two semi-finals and a final at a pay-per-view.
And I think that stems from, Noel, the fact that it stopped being a pay-per-view. So it was already not meaning as much. And now that, like you said, and I totally agree with you, it's now the final nail in the coffin of the King of the Ring. It means fuck all.
Yeah.
It means nothing now.
Yeah. My issue was, regardless of whether this was a pay-per-view or a weekly tournament with a finale, the fact that he just gave up the crown for the match with Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar gave him a kick in the bollocks, is kind of like, what are we doing? Now, this is
by the way, lads, I still haven't watched Raw, and I'm raging because it sounds like it was amazing. So I'm gonna have to watch it after this.
It's very good.
Amazing. That would be a
It was very
stretch.
good though.
I think the first segment and the last segment were amazing.
So just fast forward
But
through
I
the
think
middle.
other than that, it felt like don't fast forward through, but it felt like WWE
Ethan
live.
Page
house
and
show
Ray
kind of
was
thing.
good. I enjoyed Ethan Page and Ray.
But yeah, no, because when you were all talking about it, I felt like a
it's
kid who
just
had done his
standalone
homework.
kind of meaningless.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree with that. Noel. I do.
Highlights.
But
Highlights.
yeah, right. But I just think, for me anyway, I've always felt like that about King of the Ring ever in the last couple of years. I've always felt like it, whatever, like, I get it that it gives them the.
But you know something, I've still been excited about it, because I was excited when the others won it as well, because it went on and they had title matches and there was build up.
Yeah, like Jey Uso
last
year,
there was still meaningful there.
No,
Yeah, like we know how this is going to evolve. It's never going to be Owen Hart or Bret Hart or Stone Cold or all these kind of King of the Rings that we loved and stuff like that. We're never going to hit those straps again, because that was just a very special time in wrestling stuff. Like that. But if it means that you go on and your guy, like in theory, and we know this, Seth probably should have won King of the Ring.
Yeah,
and he should have challenged Roman with the crown to keep it intact. The Obafemi Lesnar match was just going to happen anyway, so it didn't matter. You know what I mean? So I still believe that the SummerSlam that we're going into now should have been Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, and that's the way.
I think as well, now, like the build.
The 10-year turnaround. Absolutely. I'll always agree when it comes to Finn Balor, but I feel like, judging by how it's all going, like I said, I didn't see Raw last night, but how I'm at the point now, it's kind of like, it's like they thought, well, the fans know what's going to happen, what the match are going to be, so let's throw a swerve ball or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just for me, it just felt, you know.
To be honest,
and I don't know.
But Niall, to be honest, I actually enjoyed the build up to King of the Ring for a long time. Like the Fatal 4 matches have been really, really good and it's unpredictable to watch. Like, and that's what we wanted. It's just the ending of it was just a big letdown, I thought, to be honest. That's the way I looked at it.
Agreed. Like me personally, and some people might agree with me or might not agree with me.
Won't.
I do not want to see Liv Morgan versus Io Sky again. I really don't.
You just don't want to see Liv Morgan.
No, it's not just that. It is that a bit. But
Sean, you're getting a title match. You're getting a title match, Sean. Stop complaining. You're getting her defending the belt. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Finally, you're giving out still, and she's going to defend the fucking belt.
True. Yes.
What's wrong?
But we've seen this match 1,000 times, and we're seeing it again. That's
Sean,
just it. It's
there's not a match in there
repeat.
that there's yeah, but Sean, there's not a match on that roster, on both rosters, that they can book that we haven't seen 1,000 times. We're getting Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. The only reason Alba Femi and Lesnar's fresh is because Alba Femi's just come up on the roster.
True.
Let's be honest, because if it wasn't the case, we were about to get Gunther Brock Lesnar. So we've seen it all. Like, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can really surprise us with. And most of the stuff they surprise us with now is the stuff that pisses us off and devalues the
How many matches do you think they'll have for these 2 nights?
So,
above 13?
They're going to have 5 or 6 matches each night.
12 across the both of them unless you're fucking AEW.
Yeah. And the likelihood is you're gonna get some mix of maybe 5 or 6 women matches and 5 or 6 men's matches. So we'll see what way it plays out. Triple H, Anto. Triple H will never let Orton win the title, as that would be H's record. I wouldn't say Triple H.
If that was the case, he never would have let Cena win the fucking belts. You know what I mean?
Cena broke fucking
Flair. You wouldn't have let Flair break the record. Break Flair's record. Now Triple H is happy where he is now. You know.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, John Cena broke that record at a time where Flair and the company were being a bit cunty with each other. So
at the end of the day,
that was how that played out, if you remember.
But look, I mean, at the end of the day, he's still a Triple H. Triple H is still Triple H's boy, isn't who he's looked up to. You know what I mean?
You know what we didn't talk about?
Robert
we didn't talk about. Well, he's I know you're a MAGA guy, but so we're not going to get into that because I know how passionate you get about MAGA and Trump. But you know, Brock Lesnar, right? It's just something small. He's like, I don't watch this shit. Basically, I got Paul Heyman to tell me what goes on Raw. I don't watch Raw. One of their biggest stars basically saying, I wouldn't watch this.
He said that before, though, Brent. He said that before time and time again.
I understand that, Dave, but at a time where they're kind of getting slated, your biggest star, it should be like this in Brock. Shut up, will you? Don't go out and say that.
I'll tell you what, you get the man to go up and tell Brock Lesnar to shut up, saying what he wants to say and see what that happens, you know what I mean?
Would this, Brand, would this be the big guy sending another subliminal message to TKO about coming for his contract?
Maybe. Do you know what? Spot on. I just thought, I was just watching it and I was like, oh, holy Jesus, imagine that though. You know what I mean? But yeah, look, probably sending a message. But I just thought it was a bit mad, like, you know what I mean? You're literally biting the hand that's feeding you.
But he ain't wrong. He's feeding to the masses who are listening. Because the masses who are listening are thinking the same
biting
thing.
the hand that feeding him is a wrong thing because Brock Lesnar is well fed. He has so much money and he doesn't spend it. Look, at the end of the day, WWE need Brock Lesnar more than Brock Lesnar needs WWE. There's a reason why.
You're right.
There's a reason why he's nearly 50 years of age, Jack looking like he's 23 still. You know what I mean? He don't get tested. He don't get. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Ed. You have some interesting pictures in the group chat yourself, there, mate.
He's also here. He's also sitting on a farm with Sable. He's also sitting on a farm with Sable at 2:00 in the day, thinking, "Will we put on Riyadh and King of the Ring?" And I'm sure Sable has opinions on that.
Brock
as
is
well.
out there
No, you won't.
chainsawing cows in half for his
Exactly.
dinner. Like, he's not fucking doing that now.
he is fucking chopping wood down, is what that man's doing. You know what I mean?
This guy's bench pressing, like,
she's chopping.
cars
She's probably
and shit.
chopping his wood down.
Oh my Jesus.
Let's be
This is
honest
what
here.
you need, you know.
I'm gonna have a Coors Light because Bud Light
Yeah,
ain't paying
exactly. You
enough.
know,
And
Brock
I'm like,
Lesnar,
"Well,
like, you know, like you can't
Yeah.
be surprised that he's saying stuff like this. You know, he's been saying it for years. You know,
You're dead right, yeah.
Fatu is going on the hunt, yeah.
look at that.
Fatu is on the way to SmackDown to find Solo, which is going to
Did
be
they really
electric.
need Fatu for that Roman and Seth Rollins?
He's still
segment, though?
salty. He's still salty there, Keith, to win the title.
No, it's just I thought it would have been better just with the two of them in the ring. To be honest, I don't think he needed them there.
Oh, you 100% needed Fatu. Did you see Fatu in the background?
Tying them out.
It was brilliant. He was there ready to go, like, you know what I mean? Because it could have kicked off, like, you know what I mean? So, but it was very, very cool. Jacob's the man now. Jacob's everything Jay wished he was. Jacob is the man. He's the man to
Oh,
do
You just
that.
hate
man.
him, Dave. That's
There's
not
doubt
No, I
about
don't
it.
hate Jacob. I wanted him to win the belt. I'm pissed off that TKO and Triple H decided to go, no, shove you to the back there, pal. Back of the line.
In hindsight, it was probably the right decision now with what we're getting at SummerSlam.
That's going to be a brilliant match.
Giving Sami the title and not Jacob.
Well, he was going after Roman.
Fair.
He wasn't going after Cody.
There it goes.
The title means nothing now because of Alba. Yeah. Very good, Bonker. Spot on. Like it's just a weird feeling about it, isn't it? Right, let's take a little bit of history. Brian, good time to crack out the large fan. There we go. Right, bit of history for you. Where are we going with this? 1998, the day after losing the WWF Championship to Kane at King of the Ring in a First Blood match, Stone Cold Steve Austin won the title back on Raw is War from Cleveland.
Sean still wasn't born.
1999. Yeah, 99. Well, it's history. 1999, on an episode of Raw is War from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, defeated the Acolytes, Bradshaw and Farouk, to win their first WWF Tag Team Championships. Mad, isn't it? 1999, and here we are, 27 years later, and Jeff Hardy still doing
And they
that.
just won the
Do you
tag
know what-
titles again.
Do you know what else is mad?
And
I
he's
have a
tag team
DVD,
champion.
the Hardy Boys DVD that's older than Sean. For fuck's sake, I'm still the king.
Sean was born in this century.
Sean is gonna.
1900s. He didn't exist.
Does lads on this podcast have jocks that are older than That's all I'm
Do you know what I'm
saying.
going to say about you, Sean? You never had to suffer sitting on the ground playing PlayStation because the controller didn't reach. You've had wireless controllers. You're a
I've had my recliner chair. I'm living in the 21st century. Where are you?
tell you.
Sean,
Fred,
Change,
please
Sean
don't.
never-
change the
Sean
channel
never
for
had-
me, Dad. That's where I've been going. You know what I mean? Like,
Sean never had to be in front of a telly at 10 o'clock at night to watch SmackDown on a Friday night, or else he wouldn't get to see
Sean
it.
didn't know what the back of a telly was like.
yeah, still. You know,
What's this big box
Sean,
thing at the back
Sean.
of the telly?
Sean, do you know what a SCART lead is?
Do you know what a floppy disk is?
No.
do you know what I mean?
I know what a floppy disk is.
No, not floppy.
I know what a
disk,
floppy disk is.
I'm
There
older.
you go.
I'm old enough to remember when kids were the TV
That's
remote.
what I'm
Sean,
saying.
did you,
The
Sean,
old
did you
thing.
ever play outside with
Get up and
friends?
change that
Change
channel.
Did you ever go outside and play with
Sean.
friends? Like,
Anyway,
Oh, sorry, go on.
this will keep Sean happy anyway. 2003, Gail Kim made her WWE debut on Raw by winning the WWE Championship in a 7-woman battle royal. She last eliminated former champion Victoria for the victory. There you go,
I
Sean.
remember that.
Happy
Thank you.
days.
Thanks
And
for
Keith, you
cheering
were
me.
only mentioning Gail Kim the other day as well.
yeah.
2002, WWE Monday Night Raw was held in Manchester, New Hampshire. The main event of the show saw The Undertaker retain the WWE Undisputed Championship in a ladder match.
Deadly.
The Undertaker in a
Fantastic
ladder
match.
match against Jeff Hardy.
Chills.
great match.
Chills.
My
still.
favorite
They did a
comment-
double pack on it,
My
didn't they?
favorite comment
Yeah.
for that match was JR saying, climb the ladder,
Make
kid, make yourself famous.
Make yourself
Loved
famous.
it.
Loved it.
Loved
Yeah.
I loved. You still
I
haven't
loved
proved
them.
me. And then, that's it. I loved
Yeah.
it. Fucking hell.
Sean wasn't
absolutely.
born for
2001,
that,
the
unfortunately.
Boys, I have to go read a story. So
Make sure you finish it.
Go on.
I'll be back.
Go on. 2001, the main event of WWF Monday Night Raw at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, featured the first ever WCW match on WWF television. WCW had been bought out by the WWF in March the same year. The match saw Booker T defend the WCW Championship against Buff Bagwell and is remembered for all the wrong reasons.
Yep.
Bagwell was wrestling his first match in months and quickly ran out of steam. The crowd were chanting boring and this match sucks throughout. And the loudest cheer came when Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kurt Angle, both heels at the time, attacked Booker T. It was Bagwell's one and only WWF match and was named as the most awkward match in WWE history by WWE.com in 2013.
Ended his career effectively. Mad.
Yeah, mental. 2006, on an episode of WWE Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Edge outlasted both Rob Van Dam and John Cena in a triple threat, no disqualification match to win the WWE Championship. 2018, Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan reunited to beat Jimmy and Jey Uso in the main event of SmackDown in Omaha, Nebraska. And there was one there for 2026, and that was me relinquishing the podcast to Bren on the basis that Sami Zayn had won the belt. That's history as of today. So that'll be remembered. There we go. Yeah, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. There we go. Notable birthdays. Alicia Fox, 1986. Dax Harwood, 1984. Yoshi Tatsu, 1977. Vladimir Kozlov, 1972. Charles Robinson, 1964. Bret the Hitman Hart, 1957. And of course, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, 1985. I think celebrates his birthday today. And the last but not least, and definitely not least, 1944, one great Terry Funk. That rounds out your birthdays for this week. An interesting mix. So there we go. That's it. We'll take a few comments and then we'll get out of here. Ain is in. Jeff can still go 12 and 13. But Jeff can still go. He certainly can still go. 100%. Boy, lads, great show. Let's Fanta go. There we go. There we go. And lads, Victoria for the Hall of Fame.
Yes. 100%.
Are we getting that? Has that been announced or?
No, that's just Dave Kelly's wishes. Great birthdays, Niall. Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, folks, if you do have any birthdays in the week when we're doing a podcast, send them in, the uppertierpodcast@gmail.com, and we will include them in notable birthdays. I'll just send you on my Revolut tag. Right, so that's it, folks. Another great show in the bag. Anyone, anything to add? What have we got coming up this week? I have a watch along. What have I got coming
double
up?
watch along Friday.
Thursday. Yeah, for Thursday, first of all, I have Spain versus Austria. Then on Friday, we have the double watch along Argentina versus Cape Verde and SmackDown. I think that's
is England tonight, is it?
England is no, England's tomorrow.
NXT
England's tomorrow at 5:00. Tonight is France versus Sweden.
We have the SmackDown Motel this Saturday live from Sussex, and Keith, if he bothers to show up, that part-timer. So we'll see if Keith shows up on Saturday. I will be there despite being all the way in Sussex, which is not too it's actually not too far away. I'll see you all at 8:00 Saturday Night Live. We'll take it from there.
If you climb up on top of that gaff you're in, you could probably wave over at me. You're not that far away, mate. You're in Sussex. You know what I mean?
No.
You're not that far away. Yeah, the moment of the week was me ending the watch along quickly in disgust. I was steaming. I sat on my bed here on Sunday pondering my world of wrestling as I polished 2 Legion of Doom figures. I was going, this has broke my fucking heart and my will to live at this stage, you know what I mean? I found a Macho Man Slim Jim figure that I got on a Hasbro custom, and it was gorgeous, and I was looking at it going, oh, Macho, if only you were alive now to see this garbage. Folks, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. As Brent said, he'll be back with the SmackDown watch on Saturday. On Sunday, then I'm gone. I don't know what the plan is for next week yet, because I will be going to Metallica on Sunday in the London City Stadium, and then I'm over there Monday and Tuesday.
All right.
we'll see what we're going to do. All right. Couple of surprises in the World Cup the last 2 days. Yeah, just one or two. Just one or
Two big European giants just bowing out like Germany and Holland.
Yeah. Don't rule out Congo at this stage. Do not rule out Congo at your peril.
Imagine Austria putting Spain out.
Imagine yesterday if Japan had to put Brazil out. Well, until next time, folks, stay safe, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, keep on liking the shorts, the videos, everything else. Plenty of content going up, and we will talk to you again real soon.
Good night,
Cheers,
guys.
See you later.
Bye, guys.